What you must understand is that it takes a long time to say anything in old Xaereth ramble mode. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. We've got a great match for you today, guys. It's the final match of the 5v5 season. I'm trying to get into the top 50. I'm facing the biggest account by GP in the game as of currently, and there's a lot of epic stuff. There's also, stay tuned, there's at the end of this video, toward the end, I'm going to show you guys a clip that is maybe not the most flattering to me, but it's a reward to you guys for putting up with my shenanigans, and it's not going to be in the timestamps. You guys will just have to see it, find it for yourselves. So that's the thing that here's the situation, guys. We're facing Obi-Wan Eddie from Starforge Bespin. This is the finals, folks. I've gone 2-0 in this week. Look at his GP compared to mine. He almost has 2 million more GP. Like that's incredible considering my account is fairly large itself. You can see, as expected, he has all the advantage in all the modding, and I mean, just totally ludicrous relic advantage. I mean, he doesn't have anything that's relic 0. That's relic anything other than 7 or higher. Just crazy, guys. I mean, as you might expect, but I decided to go crazy a little bit. He plays a somewhat efficiency style play. He's very effective at just grinding his way through people with all of his relic levels, making sure people fail on him along the way, and always having enough to clear on offense. It's been a very long time since he's failed to clear on offense, and so I put 5 Galactic Legends down because I'm crazy, and I was trying to trap him, guys. He likes to use Imperial Troopers on dash teams, so I put the dash team up front without nest or anything so that he'd use troopers, so when he got to the back, instead of using his Jedi Knight Revan team like he always does against Supreme Leader Kylo, he would run into a Darth Revan version, which he would not be able to counter with Jedi Revan. So otherwise we have other cool banner stealing teams that, 5 Galactic Legends though, it's a lot, guys. It's quite a bit. He placed Lord Vader with, I mean, look at all the relics, of course, with the 2 Inquisitors and everything. He's got Rey with Malak to discourage me using Starkiller there. He's got Starkiller of his own with a very fast Mara Jade, and he's got a dash team with all Relic 8 stuff. Well, not all Relic 8, but Nest is 8. That's kind of fun. Up top, he's got an Iden team. He, up till this match that I can tell, as far as I can tell, he placed a full Iden team without using TIE Pilot, so people could Wampa him, but he doesn't. He put TIE Pilot there, so we can't use Wampa there. That does open the door for other counters, though. As you'll see, we've got Mothra, and everything's really fast, really high relic, really crazy stat sharing. There's a Bando team and Darth Revan team, very, very fast Darth Revan. So, guys, just a reminder, if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is hit that like button, subscribe, comment, something. We're trying to mount the algorithm. I can't do it without you. You guys have been amazing. Stay tuned for all the 3v3 content coming up as well. You might want to just ding that bell just so you don't miss any of it. And without further ado, folks, well, there's probably a small amount of ado, but let's get to the actual fighting, shall we? Alright, here we are, folks. First, we're going to take down this dash team. We got to take down this front zone. I didn't think there was going to be any GLs in the back. After scouting him for a long time, I was pretty certain there wasn't going to be any GLs, but we still have to make sure we're using the right teams for the right stuff, so we have enough teams so we don't run out of them. So we're using our Traya team with Barriss, and of course Barriss gets embarrassed and gets destroyed there. It's like, she's like, hey, I'm the most resilient, I make you guys the most resilient. And then Dash is like, no, you're not. You're dead. And she's like, yeah, quite so. You're right, old chap. I'm sure that's insulting to someone I wasn't trying to. But anyways. Alright, try to take down Vader. And once you finally get Vader down, I mean, there's a certain turning point where you can just breathe a little easier. Now, my guys are all Relic 5. I guess Scion and Set are both Relic 7s. But it's just not enough against this kind of team, guys. It's just not enough. So, I mean, not enough to feel safe, rather. So, alright, let's take out the rest of these guys. I suppose we can try to get Scion's protection up, though. I mean, it's at 0 right. Well, it was 0 when I started talking. Yeah, so we're actually just giving him the cooldown reduction there, because we want him to be able to cycle through and use his big hit. Now, they keep hitting him, though. There's significant damage being done by Nest here. So, yeah, I do the big hit here, and then Nest is like, hey, I'm not very nice. And Scion's like, I'm inclined to agree with you, Mez. And then Nest is like, hey, Traya, I see you still have all of your protection. I'm going to steal those banners, too. She's like, I'll just take that. It's like taking my banners like Bill Lumberg steals swingline staplers. So, not really cool. Not cool at all. And it doesn't look... We just need one more turn from Scion. Well, I guess, yeah, just one more turn. If he gets one more turn, he can do it, because he can cycle through. But he didn't get it, so we got a 68. It makes me feel nice, because 68s are typically good, but of course we dropped a few there. Dropped 7. So, alright, we're using Fennec and company, guys, and so, we have Bam here as well, and Maul's doing his general a-hole thing, and so Bam is going to put damage immunity on Fennec, of course, and then Maul wastes all of his other hits on Fennec, in fact, so that's pretty cool. And so, we have our contract, and we can just try to take out Ninth Sister. Well, we can do a couple mass assists on Ninth Sister, I should say. And look at that, Lord Vader has his ultimate charge all the way up just because of all those mass assists, but we did snipe out Royal Guard, and then, I mean, remember, this guy, everyone here is Relic 8 or 9 that we're facing here, so let's do what we can here. Let's kick Maul in the nuts as quick as we can. And now, the debate, of course, here is, I need to call someone to assist. Should I just do a basic? Should I call someone to assist? And then, I did call Fennec to assist there, just because I wanted Fennec, I needed to make sure if we missed Maul, I needed Fennec to take him out. He needed to go. Even if we fail this fight, he needs to go. So, keep in mind, too, we don't do Whistling Birds with Bam. I did that at one point in one of my fights, but we don't want to put Whistling Birds on Bam. Oh, and look at Mando just dying because it's his ultimate, and there's no revives during Lord Vader's ultimate. So, anyways, we don't want to do Whistling Birds because Whistling Birds makes it so that he can't heal people when he needs to, like put the damage immunity on, and he's there as a damage immunity bot. He's not there to knit, he's not there to whistle in the dark, or otherwise he's just there to keep people alive. So Fennec's on the ragged edge here, but Bam is able to save her, and then we call the mass assist on 7th Sister. Wonderful. We get the mass heal plus turn meter and stuff from Grief, and now we can just start working on Lord Vader. Okay, so both of our Mandalorians are gone, and we're running out of steam here. We gotta really hustle here and take out Lord Vader if we can. We got the armor shred on him, though, early on, and dropped another, 8 banners, but not too bad. A little bit of tension. Now, my opponent had already attacked my front zone and hadn't failed any attacks, but he was fairly inefficient against my GLs up front. So, you can see he cleared, and they're all one-shots, but he's still got his score. I think he dropped like 35 banners in my front zone. which is fantastic because I've already dropped 14 or 15 on him. So we're going to take in Starkiller. Another pretty inefficient fight, really. So, you know, neither of us are being efficient, but, I mean, he's got the roster to back his up. I'm just like, man, I'm going to be running on steam after this. I don't have much, really. Like, we have one Galactic Legend, which we're probably going to use in our next fight, and hopefully didn't place any more. So, looking at turn meter here, the AoE is nice to save because it also cleanses debuffs, but I like to use the AoE sometimes if there's enough target lock on there, which is magic. They all have target lock. There's not buff immunity on Kenobi, which is frustrating, but there's no... There's target lock on everyone. Well, there was until Mara Jade got rid of it, and now BB-8's gone. Damn it all. But, you know, we have damage. We have buff immunity on General Kenobi, and gonna take out Visas first, and then I was like, you know what? Palp is so close to death. Let's just take him out as well, because we get the guaranteed kill. There's damage immunity on Kenobi, but B2 is still around, so he's able to dispel that with alacrity. And let's just take out Kenobi here while we're in the area. B2 targeting someone who doesn't have target lock on them already, just so that we can get target lock back on them, because we get so much turn meter from it, and because it's fun to hit people with target lock. If you haven't tried it before, guys, highly recommended. You'll finally realize what true meaning of life is. Well, what true joy in life is. So, dropped another 7 banners, dear lord. Now, this is our only Galactic Legend. I'm taking a gamble here, folks. If he has Jedi Master Kenobi in the back, I am screwed. However, after reviewing his GAC history forever and ever, the only thing he's ever killed Jedi Master Kenobi with is the mirror match, which he does consistently, but he never ever leaves home without Kenobi on offense, that I could tell. None of his offense, none of his time has ever been without Jedi Master Kenobi on offense, and so I felt pretty okay about keeping Jedi Master Luke here, or using Jedi Master Luke here, and we're just trying to get Rey down. I'm trying to take her out. And then Malak is here. Malak is kind of the odd man out, of course. Like, we can take him out during her ultimate, in fact. Her ultimate only protects light side characters, but, I mean, he's taunting right now. It's inconvenient. We may as well just, we'll pop our ult here for funsies, and because that just helps us in general. And... okay, we've got damage immunity on Poe. That's pretty good. We'll save that for later. And, we'll save our hitting on Malak for once they're in ultimate. Because why not? And then I called Luke to hit Malak because Luke can't be feared. Okay, and now we just gotta to wait. We're gonna bide our time here and wait for Rey to take her ult. Okay, so Grandmaster Yoda died. Damn it all. Damn that man. Oh, he's back. Hey, look at you. You're back. And he still has the buff from the ultimate, so that's fancy as well. Close to taking Rey out here, guys. And then, of course, the rest of the fight. I meant to fast forward here, but apparently not. One thing to keep in mind, it's going to be really tough to hit Jedi Training Rey, probably because of... well, I guess we haven't gained that much bonus turn meter here, but the thing is, you can always take her out with Jedi Master Luke, even if you've given her a ton of mastery, so she has a ton of evasion, because his leadership ability doesn't allow evasion. It's non-evadable. So, okay, we both cleared our front zones, and you can see my mouse pointing at it. Like, I'm ahead by 8 banners is all, but I'm still ahead by 8. In the back, no Jedi Master Kenobi. So, alright, let's use Bad Batch on Iden here, guys. We're faster than Iden, and remember, with TIE Fighter Pilot here, guys, with TIE Fighter Pilot here, I just want to remind you, TIE Fighter Pilot means that Iden gives up a couple key things, including her 100% turn meter at the start of the fight, and so, that means if she gives that up, that means she doesn't get her, like, basic bonus turn at the start of the match, and therefore, I get to go right away. because I'm faster. My echo's faster, I can dispel things, everyone gets turn meter, and we can also, the one other thing Iden sacrifices by taking TIE Pilot is she also can be killed before the rest of her guys can. So, Bad Batch, guys. This was ridiculously easy. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'd seen it. I'd seen it on swgoh.gg, and I thought I understood the... Oh, here, guys, I thought I understood all of the ramifications, but it was just really cool to do it myself and experience it. So, here's another counter, guys. So, he's got a fast Kyle Katarn, but he's not ludicrous speed. And, like, my Piet's kind of within striking distance, in fact. So, what happens here, guys, we take Watt as the 5th in our trooper team because the way they're gaining turn meter is through buffs, and all he has to do is a basic, and everyone gains 2 buffs, the healing over time. And what happens then is then they gain 20% turn meter from that, and that's just enough for Piet to go faster than their otherwise faster Kyle Katarn, because Piet can't get to over 400 speed without help. But because he's gaining that turn meter from Watt's bonus turn, then he's able to get that first turn, and then, then we have enough speed and we can bridge the gap. And, poor old Kyle Katarn's like, but I thought I was the fastest. And Watt's like, no, sorry, bro. You can't. Or rather, Watt's like, adjusting my knob things. Basically. He said that all the way until Cara Dune got smote in her face by Dark Trooper, and Mothra died of sadness, having had to witness such a spectacle. So, alright, we got through it, guys, and now we're ahead by even more banners. Let's take Jedi Revan here. I'm actually 1 speed faster than them. It doesn't matter, like, I could be slower, but I was 1 speed faster than their Queel. So, I just decided, like, here's the big thing, guys. You don't want to mark Bando right away, because until he gets into his poop stance, because if we mark him, that increases his cooldowns, which means that once we trigger his bonus turn, remember, if you do enough damage to someone, if you get into their health, then Bando is able to take a bonus turn. It dispels all his debuffs, takes a bonus turn, and then he just puts healing immunity on, because you've already increased his cooldowns and he can't go into his poop stance. So you want him to go into the stance first, and then you want to take him out. So you got to kind of just play with your food a little bit. That's why it doesn't matter if you go first or second. If you go first, then it's like, well, okay, let's just pass the turnaround a little bit. I guess we can give Master's Training to Luke. Like, it's a small advantage, but it's not an insurmountable disadvantage if you go second. So, I mean, this team is obviously an off-meta counter, but we don't need to use it because there's no Galactic Legends in the back. And, we'll just go like this. Now we're just playing with our food a little bit. We could stun, actually, because, well, no. We just killed Zalbar. We didn't kill IG-11. So, I don't know why I killed Zalbar first. I guess because he's annoying. Git. Whatever that means. I can't get that insult out of my head, though. So, anyways, Bo-Katan can be problematic here, of course, because a Jedi team relies so much on buffs. But at the end of the day, I mean, we also rely quite heavily on the strong right hand of Jedi Knight Luke as well. Now that he's Relic 8, he's doing some way more damage than he was at 7. Which I guess that wouldn't be surprising to most people, but it's noticeable, guys. I thought this from 7 to 8 wasn't going to be that big of a gap, but it really is. It's very impressive. Very impressive. Jedi Knight Luke is a monster at 8. Well, he's a half monster. He's much more effective, though. Okay, so we've got Starkiller left, guys. There's no Malak here, obviously. We killed Malak with that Ray squad. But I was like, okay, there's the stuff in the back zone we can clear with whatever I have left. I mean, I have General Skywalker, I have Commander Luke, I have Mon Mothma, etc. So why don't we use Starkiller on the toughest squad remaining, and we can go from there. So they put fear on General Kenobi, and man, I think I'm hooked, guys. I really, really enjoy getting General Kenobi. using General Kenobi with Starkiller. I don't know if that's always going to be what happens, but man, like I said, I think I'm hooked. Now, I did try to dispel all of the buffs with Starkiller, and then what I'm realizing is you have to actually be, you have to be whatever it's called, like Force something. You have to get your stacks. You have to be unleashed in order to dispel all the buffs with your AoE, and I didn't have that. So, and you need the Omicron, which I also didn't have. So I did try though. I was trying to get Talon down. All right, so he's got Executor down. He's got Executrix down with the TIE Interceptor. He's got something else good. I mean, okay, so let's go with the sketchiest fight in the back first. He's got this Jango lead confederation of scoundrels and stuff. It's pretty weird. But we can't, because there's Dengar there, we can't use Wampa or anything, you know, which is fine. But, alright, we're saving our big saber throw for Stormtrooper Han in a minute here, because Stormtrooper Han is going to be our biggest issue, because he heals 5% protection every time, and Mon Mothma is kind of a death by paper cuts team. So that was the big assist from Mon Mothma, and I thought I would just experiment with that and see how much damage we can really do. Okay, we got kind of lucky there. Kyle Katarn happened to have the first turn. He could do a saber toss thing and just take out Stormtrooper Han. I thought that was going to be the biggest issue, and then I was like, oh man, Dengar is super resilient. And then Dengar died, and I realized he wasn't that super resilient. And so, alright, there's this Vader team. Well, with Tarkin, I guess. I don't know. I guess Tarkin, I don't know who the lead was. Tarkin lead, Vader lead. There's some Inquisitors here, remember. They are dead now. They'll have their relics, but 65, they never got a turn. And I actually almost just deleted that scene. Not because I wanted to, really, but because they died so fast, I skipped over it in the initial edits. So, anyways. Alright, here's the thing, guys. I don't want to get hit back, so I did form up with Rex. That you can see I hesitated for a few seconds there, because I was like, man, form up doesn't do anything against Hux lead when he has advantage, because you can't gain bonus turn meter. But I just didn't want Rex to shoot and get shot back that early on. I wanted other people to go before him. So, alright, let's take out Hux. And, I mean, granted, when I told the stream, I was like, well, I know I can't get anything more than 65 here. What I meant to say was, you can't get anything more than 60 here. Hopefully we don't have Skywalker sit down. We really don't want him to sit down here. And it's looking pretty good, in fact. Okay, we got 60. Wonderful. Everyone's like, don't you mean 60? I was like, yes. So, anyways, they're taking out my teams. One-shotting everything, but mostly inefficiently. So, alright, we've got Finalizer here. You guys have seen me do this a few times. This is the cool off-meta counter that I've been working on. Keep in mind, my Echelon is... so all of his pilots are Relic 8 or 9. And my Echelon has a Relic 8... Gosh, Echelon was so close to dying there. Relic 8 First Order Stormtrooper, or sorry, First Order Officer, and with all 6 emods. And I don't know, people say that you can just he'll always live as long as you get him Relic 7 is what I've heard. And 7 is false. 8 is also false, as you can see. He gone, and now we got to take out Slave 1, and damn it all, right before anything, he got Foresight, he got cleansed and healed, and alright, this is going to be an issue. So, let's keep working on him, though. Trying to figure out, okay, we can't stun that Houndstooth yet, because it's not 50% turn meter. So, alright, now we can stun it with Stun Fac, and alright, there's IG-2000, and there is not IG-2000 anymore. Goodbye to IG, and... alright, let's try to get ability block on him. Wonderful. Wonderful, because the other one missed. The Silencer, well, Silencer couldn't have stunned Houndstooth anyways. Because at that point, Houndstooth didn't have 50% turn meter or more than 50% turn meter. Okay, stun fac is now gone. Alright, put the ability block on Houndstooth. Remember, this whole fight is all about how you control Houndstooth. That's the start and finish of all of it, guys. Can you control Houndstooth? If you can, then you probably win. If you can't, then you might just be screwed. So, alright, he's the only ship left, guys. Only ship left. Only 2 reinforcements. And there goes Finalizer. So Hux is gone, which I can't blame him for wanting to just kill Hux, because screw that guy. But it doesn't really cost us anything. We still get the win, just barely. And after looking at his fleets, he actually failed one on my Executor. He barely failed it. So we're pretty far ahead now, guys, if we don't fail here. But there is still a lot of room for failure. So we've got Geo Soldier here instead of Sunfac with Malevolence, because we needed Sunfac for that Executor counter. I think it just makes it way higher percentage, guys. And Geo Soldier is actually pretty nice here as well. Now, I haven't faced this build yet with the double tank and Vader, so, I mean, it's kind of a mess right now. Dear Lord, probably want to keep Gauntlet for stuff. So, alright, we got a spy in, and it's like we could kill Vader, but let's just take out Bomber first, and then Vader still has his taunt, his forced taunt, so maybe we can take him out anyways. Like, they're just shredding my ships. Dear Lord, it's quite the spectacle. But, okay, so we got the mini cleanse there, wonderful. And Taiyu Interceptor died of a hit, then Sadness later. And now, I guess, let's try to take out the Bomber or something. We've got Ebon Hawk here for funsies. What do you got for us, Ebon Hawk? What are you going to do? Just a double tap on this blah, 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 on the shuttle? I guess that's acceptable. Let's take out this shuttle here. Cool. Did that, and I'm like, oh, this is great. We've got the numbers, we've got everything. We're home free. And then the Taiyus came in, and their ult killed me. Damn it all. No, just as I was getting some security there. Okay, so he's got Malevolence down as well, and so we're just going to, I mean, this is the cool new method that I've been doing. Just a lot of basics from Anakin, and you know, from 5s you try to get that defense down, and AoE, and you eventually kill Hyena Bomber. It's very, very smooth, in fact, guys. It's been very smooth. Put the loyalty buff on everyone for funsies, and we're close, guys. Close to taking them out. Hopefully Spy doesn't come in as reinforcement, and we get 73. Cool. So all they have left is the Executrix, and our very first shot finishes off the Executrix. So that's wonderful. That's pretty neat. And our final score, guys, 1790. Not bad. Not bad at all. And so the question was, could they even catch up if they wanted to? Let's go see how the final results ended up. Alright, so he didn't fall for my ploy in the back. He ended up one-shotting all of my squads. He did keep his troopers for me in the back, unfortunately. So, that being said, I still won by about 51 banners. Is that right? Yeah, 51 banners. So, biggest account in the game. Really skilled player. He ended up failing once on Radis as well. I don't know what happened. I would really be curious. Like, Rebels can get a little sketchy. If I dodge enough times, I'm guessing that was part of it. Otherwise, I don't really know. So, final thoughts here, guys. Am I a crazy person? I put 5 GLs on defense against this guy, and he marched through them, but it was inefficient, so that was good. I don't think I'm crazy. After looking at all of his stuff, like, he's like this really weird hybrid player of, like, slugfest with efficiency. Like, he keeps a lot for offense, but he puts such a pervasive and difficult to deal with defense down that he usually wins his matches because of all of his relics. Like, he wields his relics really well, and then he just bludgeons his way through offense. And in this case, I was able to stay a little bit more efficient than him. So I guess I'm not too crazy. This season's been a really good season for me, guys. 9-3. I've said to a few different people, I think this is the season that I'm going to make a breakthrough. I think I'm going to play really well this season. This is the season that I think things is going to click for me, because they've already were starting to click at the end of last season. So, my prediction was true, guys. I have made a lot of progress, and that's not me bragging. It's exciting. In some ways, it's sad we're going into 3v3, because 5v5 is just starting to make a lot more sense to me. And that being said, we're number 39 going into 3v3. So I'm going to have some pretty gross matchups. Half of my group is actually a rematch from week 3, which is the week that I went 1 and 2. Is the last time I was in the top 50. And it's the same. The band is back together, guys. The other 4 in my group I don't recognize, but the other, 3 of them are exactly the 3 people that I faced during week 3. So hopefully we don't get a rematch of that madness. But one way or another, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you love 3v3? Are you excited about my gameplay? Excited about your gameplay? Do you love GAC still? What's your favorite color? What's the capital of Assyria, etc.? Would love to hear it. That being said, I did promise one final thing. So let's do it, folks. One final embarrassing thing to go out for the season. This happened in the middle of my stream. I had just taken out a squad, and yeah, you'll have to see. Hold on, let's turn off the music first. That's the thing that matters to me, guys. Whoa. And there you have it, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. And so do spit takes. Damn it all.